Hello everyone, thanks for joining. In this session, we will look into one of the main topics of MuleSoft, which is error handler. So, in this session, we will look into in what ways we can handle errors using MuleSoft. All right. So, so error handling is critical to building reliable and robust applications. So irrespective of application, irrespective of language that you use, so error handling or error handler plays a major role if there is an exception occurs, right? So what needs to be done? It can be right, even though if any error occurred, you should not. There is no need to stop the flow. It can continue, assuming that there is no error occurred. And there are scenarios where there is a critical error occurred, and it might require someone to troubleshoot, right? Similarly, in MuleSoft, right, we can handle errors, and we have the components specified in MuleSoft through which we can handle the errors. Mule 4 has structured all the errors as per the error types, which consist of namespace and an identifier separated by colon. It is easy to identify the type of error. For example, it can be if it is a connectivity. For example, if you are connecting to any REST API call, right, that you are calling from MuleSoft application. So the error type can be like this, okay? A namespace followed by the type of it. It can be like a connectivity error, or it can be like a timeout error, it can be like bad request or whatever it can be, right? And similarly, if there is any other system, for example, if it is a DB that you are connecting to, integrating with, there can be various types of error that you might receive. It can be connectivity again, it can be downtime with the DB. For that also, we will get some error, right? So whenever there is any interaction or integration from MuleSoft to any other system, so you will end up error. The type it is going to be namespace colon and identifier. And there are hierarchies inside MuleSoft, right? It can be any, and there are a few critical errors. Okay, right. So now we look into the types in how many ways we can handle errors using MuleSoft. So there is on error continue, on error propagate, and raise error. Okay. So on error continue is nothing but whenever there is an integration, it could be hack encountered some error. That error might not be that critical, or it can be negotiated or neglected to continue with the further processing of the flow. During the time, we go with the option called on error continue. When it comes to on error propagate, if there is any critical error, or in that case, as you may need to stop the flow from processing further, and it might require you to manually intervene and troubleshoot and look into what happened. And there is another type called raise error. So this is nothing but a custom error, right? So each system will generate you a description and the error type, right? So if you want to change the error type, or if you want to generate any error in if there is any condition that you need to handle specifically within the flow, in order to raise a custom error, you go with an option called raise error. Okay. All right. So these are the three ways where you can handle the errors using Mule 4. So coming to on error continue. Okay, we'll look into this in detail with a demo, but this is how the flow will work. Okay, for example, if there is any error in a flow that you are using a on error continue component, if there is an error occurred and you have an on error continue scope implemented, so what it will does, the scope gets executed and it will send you the response has positive response. Okay, it won't impact your flow. That means if there is any find that you are getting from backend system, by the end of this flow, if you are calling from REST client, you will notice that there is no impact. It will still throw you 200 OK response, which is a default status code that is set in the HTTP listener, if you notice, when you use on error continue, it will just assume that though the error has occurred within the flow, it just assumes that there is no error occurred. So on error propagate, right? Similarly, if there is any flow that within that you have used on error propagate for error handler, in case of an error occurred, your on error propagate flow executes and it just propagates the error back to the caller, and you will end up receiving the error as a response. Okay. So now we will look into the scenario both on error continue, on error propagate, and raise error handlers. Yeah, with a demo. And when okay, let's go into a studio. All right. So now we are in a studio. Okay. I'm just going to create one sample project. Okay. Um, Mule errors. Okay. Or I would say error demo. Okay. So all right. So I'm just creating a sample flow. Okay. Um, with a default HTTP listener config, and let me just give the path as ed. Okay. Error demo. All right. Um, putting a logger saying flow started. Okay. And what I can do, I can write a sample or any application, okay, which I don't know. I'm just going to hardcode the URL from here, okay. Let's say https www.test.com, okay. So this I don't know if it's exist or not, okay. And what I do, I can just drag and drop a logger. Let's say flow and okay. See, in this case, if you see, there's a default error handler. Okay, so this is a thumb rule. Okay, if there is any handler that in your flow you are not handling it, so MuleSoft has its default handler which will handle the errors for you. Okay, for example, let's see, I'm just going to run the project. Okay, okay, my application got deployed. I'm just going to call the API. Okay, here if you notice the flow started. Okay, and let's see. Let's wait for the response. Okay, so if you notice, by default, right? By default, your default error handler is handled your error, okay? And you just see notice that only your flow started logger has printed, but not the flow ended, okay? Because it throws an error in your HTTP request component, okay? It says HTTP connectivity error, right? Now, now, what if I want to okay customize an error, customize in the sense I want to is there if there is a scenario, okay, let's say I'm dragging and drop a choice, okay, and therefore I'm just deleting this one. I'm just stopping the flow here. What I'm going to do is let's say uh, name mm, okay. Okay, is empty, payload language. If it is empty, then it will go here. If it is not, it will go here. Okay. Um, so I'm going to drag and drop um, a riser component. Okay. Saying Okay, first, first is I have to define a namespace and then followed by colon and then the identifier. So it can be anything I can give. Okay. Error. Okay, it can be error and payload or not test. Remove test. Okay. Description payload doesn't have name in it. Okay. Great. And in case I'm passing payload, I want to print as it is. Okay. Great. Let's see what is happening. Understanding the flow. Just getting this ready. Okay. Payload. Yeah, let it run. Okay. Okay. So my application got deployed. Let's trigger from Postman. So if you notice, it takes a positive happy path. Okay, logger gets printed, and then my end log gets printed, and if you notice my the payload is also get printed. Okay. Now what if I'm just making a typo? Okay. So there is a typo here. Let's see what is going to happen. See, it takes this route. Okay, where payload is doesn't have any name. So it goes to this route, and when condition gets satisfied, and my error log gets printed, and it says payload doesn't have name, right? And if you notice here, the type it says error.tip. All right. So this is about raise error component. Now let's look into honor continue. Okay. So I'm just what I'm going to do. I'm just commenting this out. Okay. So now I'm just commenting this out. Okay. So I'm just again dragging drop a request component, right? And here I'm just typing down the URL. Okay. Test or something like that. Right. So here I see I have another continue said this, and what I can do is I can print a log. Okay. Inside. Okay. So notice this. Okay, I'm just running it. Okay, so my application got deployed. I'm just triggering for now. Okay, let's go make it get only. Okay. What do you think will happen? So the expected response is going to be, it assumes that there is no error occurred and it will throw me, it will give me 200 okay response. Okay, let's see. You see this inside on error continue. Okay, it went inside this. And let's see what is the response. Right. So it gave me the response as the payload, whatever I sent him, okay, with 200 okay. Okay. All right. Now my honor continues working as expected. Let's check for honor propagate. Okay. And one more thing to note is if there is any error occurred, right? If there is any error occurred in the flow and you have another continue, it whatever the component that you have kept inside the another continuous scope will get executed as usual. Okay. The remaining component. Okay. So if you notice here, I have the request component which is failed and the transition came here and this logger gets printed saying honor inside honor continue. Okay. And it came out, okay, without even printing this logger. Okay. All right. Now let's look into the honor component, propagate component. I'm just commenting this for now. Let's go and drag a honor propagate component. Okay. Here again, we'll log some message. Okay. Inside propagate. Okay. Let us see done it again. Okay. Okay. My application got deployed. Okay. I'm going to trigger from my postman. Let's see. So if I notice my longer sprint, let us wait until it gets errored out. Okay, if you notice it's a 500 error. Okay, this is the error description. Okay, so this is about on error propagate. Okay, now there are scenarios. Okay, you can have a flow reference, you can call another child flow, right? How this will work, let us see that in an example. Okay, so what in for that I'm going to create a new private flow. Okay, and see the difference between private flow and subflow is you won't have error handler in subflow. Okay, so basically if you want to run your parent and child flow in a single thread, right, in which single thread in the sense if there is any error occurred, right, in within your subflow child flow, it can handle only if you want it to be handled at the parent level, then you can go for subflow. Okay, otherwise if you want to um, handle separate child error separately, then you can go for private flow. Okay, now I'm taken a private flow here. Okay, just to show you how the error handler inside the child flow as well as the one inside the parent flow will coordinate each other. Okay, now here I'm just dragging and dropping this another continue to my child flow. Okay, and here I'm just dragging and dropping a flow reference, and I'm giving the flow reference flow reference to my primary flow. Okay. All right. So here, let's see the combination of on error continue and on error continue. Okay. For now, I want to drag and drop the on error continue. Okay. Here I'm dragging inside child handler. Okay. Then I want to log and drag and drop it here. Child flow. End. And one more logger saying child flow start. Okay. And here I'm having another propagate only. Okay. Let us look into the error continue combination or error continue within the primary flow as well as in the parent flow. So let us go to here. Okay, no. Okay, let's go to here and just comment it. Okay, and then uncomment here. Okay, that we commented previously. Okay, go back. Right. So this is inside another continue. Inside. Okay. All right. So this I'm going to run it in debug mode. Okay. Okay. So application got deployed. Let's trigger from Postman. So it says flow started. Okay. Parent flow started, child flow started, and it is waiting for it here. The request render the child flow. Okay. Well, let's wait till the error gets thrown. Okay. As you notice, it says error sending HTTP request to this URL, right? Let me move forward. Okay. Because it's inside another continue of private flow, child flow. Okay. And if you notice, it's inside your child hand. Okay. This log gets printed when your flow gets reach this in logger of your parent flow. Okay. I'm just going ahead. All right. So flow ended. Okay. See, it's a 2 log as well. So what has happened? Though there is an error occurred, okay, it assumes it is a um, successful call to the child flow and your parent flow gets successfully completed. Now let us try to use the combination of another continue inside your child and another propagate in your parent. Okay, let us see what will happen. Okay, let it get redeployed. Okay, it is redeployed. Let's trigger. So parent flow started, child flow started. Now it is waiting for the requested file. Okay. Okay, it failed. Let's move forward. It is inside your child flow and account handler. And again the same. Okay, it's a behavior of the same. If you have another continue in your child flow, it will process or consider as if there is a successful call made to the child flow. Okay, that's why you see flow ended. Okay, and 200 get response. Now, what we can do? we can reverse it. Okay, now let us use the order propagate. Okay, okay, now what I can do is I can just copy here and do this, and let me make it, let me comment it. Okay, and I'm just editing. Can I have XMLs? Okay. And what we can do, we can do this and uncomment this. Okay, let it redeploy. Okay, something happened. Let me check. Okay, it's a combination of propagate and continue. Okay. Let it redeploy. Okay, let me stop and rerun it. Okay. Okay, application got deployed. Let's see. My parent flow started, child flow started. It's waiting for the HTTP request call. Go next. Let us wait till the error gets thrown. Okay, it says timeout. Go next inside my error on propagate component, right? Go next. Okay. So now it came out of my child flow, okay, which is saying connection timeout. Okay. Now go next. It goes to continue. Okay. Go next. Okay. So what do you think will be the response? It's a positive response. Okay. Why? Because though I'm having this amount propagate in my child flow, I have another continue in my parent flow. So it will consider this as a successful call made to the entire application. Okay. All right. Now let's go with the combination of propagate and propagate. Okay. Um, Let us get it redeployed. Okay. What happened? Something happened. Okay. Okay. I have to stop and restart it. Okay. I'm just pausing this sharing for till my application comes up. Okay. All right. My application is up. Okay. Let's trigger from Postman. My parent flow starter, child flow starter. Let's move ahead. So let us wait for the error. Okay, error is thrown. Watch carefully. Okay, it is inside my propagator flow. It came out. It is inside my propagator flow, parent flow. It's an error message. Okay, right. So this is about um, the another propagate, another continue, and we have seen also raise error. Okay. So one other thing. Okay, one other thing. What I can show you is that we can match and pick the error handlers based on the error types. Okay. So that we will, we will see in the next session. I'm going to uh, demonstrate a few more things on the levels of error handling in MuleSoft. Okay, we can see those things in another session. Okay. Till then, if you like this video, please subscribe